r/AskReddit. People who lost their job due to this crisis. What is your story?
I'm a housekeeper at a hotel. Last week they cut our hours from 40 to 32. I was just informed that tomorrow they are shutting down the hotel. Front desk, sales team, and bartenders are being laid off for the time being. Housekeeping will now work 24 hours a week for 2 weeks to deep clean the hotel. But who knows after that?
I'm a housekeeper in Maine. I found out Thursday that I am being laid off indefinitely. Thursday I had a job. Friday I didn't. In 1 week, I lost both of my jobs. I worked at my university and a hotel. Had to move out of my apartment. Can't pay my $800 rent. Landlord not helping. And had to switch to online learning as a music major. No way in hell will that work. It's 4:58 in the morning. I woke up from a nightmare. And woke up in a nightmare. Edit because a couple people decided they should attempt to save me from a music major. I'm a music education major. Please mind your business. I'm not looking for career advice.
I haven't been laid off. But I answer for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and we are having so many calls where someone is thinking about killing themselves because they were laid off. It's absolutely awful. I have no answers for these people. And I wish I had the power to provide for them.
Hey, I also answer calls for Lifeline and the Disaster and Distress Helpline. It's ducking rough on the lines right now. Sending you lots of support and love.
I've called you people, a call I'll never forget. The help is why I'm here today. Thank you.
My experience is pretty unique. In a nutshell, my wife and I live in New Zealand and had planned a 2-year working visa in Toronto. We were supposed to leave in April. So we had obviously already handed in our notices of resignation to our bosses. Long story short, Canada shut its borders and my boss has already hired my replacement. As a side note, they shut the borders on my birthday.
Hey man, just wanted to let you know I arrived in Toronto on that same 2-year visa from Scotland like 2.5 months ago. I got a job and everything set up, and now it's all been thrown into disarray and I'm sort of stranded over here. At least until things calm down. I sort of wish I was in your shoes. Minus the replacement stuff that sucks regardless. Stay strong, and who knows? Maybe see you out here at some point if my lungs don't implode.
I was a bartender. The bars and restaurants were shut down. I was actually relieved because, not gonna lie, I was afraid of dealing with so many people and all the glasses. People would have just kept coming too if the state hadn't shut us down.
You're right. No doubt they would have kept coming in. Our governor just scolded the community because while the bars and restaurants were closed as of Monday, he stated that he didn't want social gatherings of more than 50 people. So of course, there is a park playground area in a part of town that actually has a higher concentration of virus confirmations. And just yesterday all of these families took their kids to this park. People stated there were probably 200 plus cars in the parking lot and tons of children and adults hanging out together. The state police eventually shut it down. However, it caused the governor to now take more drastic actions and ended up closing other facilities that were still open to the public. And now, only groups of 10 or less allowed, and he's enforcing this rule by law now. He was visibly pissed.
Construction. The whole construction site was laid off. And with the way things are going, the company owner thinks it'll be at least a year before they consider hiring me back. Started 3 months ago, and that's at least 50 other people affected. Just for this site. The company had several other sites that they laid off employees too. I'm just lucky I'm still living with my parents. And dad works as online IT for the general public. So he's nice and busy. Edit. Since everyone and their dog is asking. I'm in Canada, Alberta. The site I was on was shut down by the owner. Beyond that, I don't know. And thanks to the bunch of you that offered to help hire. I was kinda surprised at that.
Wow, I wasn't expecting construction to be an industry hit this soon from this.
All trades are going to be hit by this one way or another. I'm a plumber who mostly does residential service calls, and people haven't been calling unless they have an emergency that needs to be taken care of. Luckily I work for a family company. Just myself, my dad and my brother. And we've just been referring potential customers to other businesses who are still working. My dad's in his 60s, and with the small amount of overhead that he has, he figures it's better to be safe for a couple weeks, since he knows all of us are going to be okay financially if we miss work for a couple weeks.
I haven't lost my job, but my small software company instituted 30% pay cut across the board. They say it'll be re-evaluated every month. Clients keep canceling or postponing projects. So I'm good this month, but could easily lose it next month. I'm just happy they decided to cut pay instead of fire 30% of the workforce, so everyone can keep their health coverage. That, and I'm not sure I wouldn't have been part of that 30%.
My husband got laid off on Tuesday. He works about 3 minutes down the road from my work. He showed up at my work with tears in his eyes, apologizing to me for not doing good enough to be kept. He works at a car dealership as an auto technician, where they let go of 4 techs that day cause of decreasing business. They're letting go of more people this Saturday. My brother is a mechanic there, and is scared to lose his job too. They told my husband that when business picks back up, they might call and ask him to come work for them again. Thankfully, I work in the lab of a hospital, so my job is pretty secure. I keep telling my husband that we'll get through it, but I know it's taking a toll on him.
I've read through dozens of these posts, and they're all heartbreaking, but we will all come out the other end for the better. I'm hoping anyway. Having said that, as a former tech, I'd say good riddance to the industry. I know that sounds incredibly insensitive because it was income. I know, and I get it. But the auto industry, specifically dealerships for techs, is a hellhole. And the audacity to say they might hire him back. Please. I feel for him because I know that feeling of I wasn't good enough to keep around. But if he feels that much sorrow over it means he put his heart into it, someone like him needs to get into a career where he's valued. And that's certainly not tech life. Wishing the best for the both of you. Hoping someday to come back and read HES kicking bum at whatever he's doing.
I was laid off from my 5-year graphic design job, working for a screen printing and promotional products company. About half of our business involves schools, sports, and events. Obviously none of that is happening currently, so our business has stagnated. They are going to try to operate with a skeleton crew for the next couple months. The hope is to bring everyone back eventually, but I'm not optimistic.
Solidarity. I'm a web developer, pretty much the same industry. Fabric decor, projection screens, giant shade structures, etc. I'm optimistic things will bounce back eventually, and I trust my CEO that I will be called back when that happens. He's always been extremely good to all of the employees, and we're good friends at this point. But I'm not optimistic that it'll happen within the next few months.
My mom works in vacation rentals doing housekeeping. She's 61, diabetic and has COPD, and lives in a state that has mandatory shutdown of all non-essential businesses. When she was informed they'd be laying people off, but also staying open, she told them she's afraid of getting coronavirus, and they laid her off so she could collect unemployment and continue to pay her bills while staying home safe.
If you are in the UK, the major supermarkets are on a recruitment drive with a fast turnaround of getting people in position. I know this isn't a story about losing a job, but hopefully this helps someone coming to this thread.
I'm in the state of Ohio in the US, and I'm seeing a lot of those opportunities too.
I just finished my training as a flight attendant for a major European airline. It's been a dream of mine, and I have been putting my love and energy into this training for the past months. I'm in Cancun right now, and it's bittersweet because it's absolutely beautiful here. But at the same time, this was my last training flight. I'm now a fully trained flight attendant, and yet no one knows when me and my other new colleagues will actually be getting our work contract, since the airline industry is suffering a lot right now. I think I will cry when landing back in Frankfurt tonight, because I don't know when will be my next flight. But I will put on a brave face and genuine smile for our passengers. At least I will do my best.
Classical musician here. Every orchestra had to cancel concerts for the next 8 weeks. Unsure if any of the concerts will be rescheduled. Many orchestras are waiting to see if the Act of God clause will be applied. If that is the case, musicians will not be paid. Most summer orchestras are still programmed, but there is high chance will be shut down as well.
F&B manager at a large hotel. GM and HR gave me a list of employees to call and inform them that they would all be furloughed. It was the hardest thing I've had to do in my life. I had to stop halfway through the list just to sit in my office and cry. I had to encourage grown men and women that everything would work out and be okay when I had no idea myself if or when it would be. I went to work this morning, worked my normal 10 hours. Then I was laid off at the end of the day. I cried again on the way home.
I got a call congratulating me on getting a job 2 days before a hiring freeze went into place at the university I applied to. I never saw my contract. Nor do I have any work. Edit. Thank you for the gold. I wish it had been on a cheerier post. We're in this together and we'll get through it together. A step at a time. Look after one another. Be considerate. And be kind to yourselves. Here's hoping this blows over sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I just got hired last week, but I think that my first workday isn't gonna happen.
That's all folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please help the channel by smashing the like button and subscribing for more daily content.